Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon TCG Pocket video here on iStarly TV. Today we are playing Wugtrio. This is a new deck that I built in the game, and this is focused on Wugtrio EX. Now, this was a card that I was really excited for when it was first revealed in Shining Revelry. I have always really loved Dragonite in TCG Pocket, but it's always just kind of been a little bit of a meme deck, like it hasn't been that strong. Wugtrio is pretty much better than Dragonite in many ways. First of all, it's a stage 1. Second of all, it only requires 3 energy. And third of all, I mean those are the main reasons, but those are pretty massive. It also just has 1 retreat cost as well. And I have seen a few people post online that they reached Master Ball rank. I saw a lot of people actually on the Pokemon TCG Pocket Reddit. I saw a lot of posts, different posts about different people hitting Master Ball rank with this deck. Basically a Wugtrio deck with 16 trainers, so you're only playing Wiglet and Wugtrio as your only Pokemon, and then everything else in the deck is a trainer. There are different versions. You can also play like Manaphy, obviously, and like Palkia Origin Form and stuff like that. But this is a deck that I've been seeing do really well. Of course, because Wugtrio is water, you also get access to Misty and Irida, which are both really strong supporters. And, you know, everything else I think is pretty self-explanatory too. So I tried this deck a couple times, and honestly, in my personal experience, it did not feel amazing. It did not do amazing for me. But you know, we have it right here. We're gonna try a couple games today and see if it does any better for me today. Everything else about the deck is pretty straightforward. You know, we got Cyrus. Cyrus can kind of slow them down. With Wugtrio, of course, and Wiglet, you can hit their bench potentially. It's pretty random. And then you can pull them in with Cyrus, which doesn't really change like the chances of hitting that Pokemon with your attacks, but it at least can slow them down. Like for example, if they're setting up something in the back and they don't have enough energy on it, you can, you know, hit it with Wugtrio or Wiglet's attack, and then the next turn Cyrus it into play, which again kind of slows them down and stuff like that. So yeah, this is the deck list. If you want to copy it, of course, feel free to make it your own as well. You can swap out some of these trainers for others that you think might work better, but for right now, this is what I'm trying. Let's see how it does. And here we have our first game of the day. Let's see how this goes. And of course, we're starting with Wiglet because of the way that the deck is built. The only 2 basics in our deck are Wiglet, so we are always guaranteed to start with Wiglet, which is pretty cool because then at that point you only need to find Wugtrio to start going off. This is a really awkward hand, but here's why we play Iono. Iono's actually an interesting card for decks like, I guess like this one, but also decks with stage 2 evolutions, because it can help you shuffle your hand and draw that many cards. So you really only use Iono if you yourself are looking for cards. So you don't really use it to like try to disrupt your opponent. Instead, you use it to help your own self out. I guess we can Pokeball just to draw that second Wiglet and just to make sure that we don't, you know, draw Wiglet anymore, I guess, for what it's worth. And then we'll go ahead and pass. And then next turn, I can put an energy on my active Wiglet and use Spring Out. Oh, we're against Pikachu EX. That's actually kind of scary. Yeah, that is, of course, my worst nightmare. Okay. So now that really changes our plans. I actually think I have to start setting up the back Wiglet. I guess that's one potential upside. Huh. Well, actually, this works. I can Misty here. And if I get heads... Oh, that's perfect. So we can actually attack. Oh yeah, we can. Okay, I was like, did I play this one this turn or last turn? I forgot. Okay, this works out really well. Now this might look weird, but do I potion? I was thinking of potioning the Wiglet. No, actually we don't need to. I was thinking of potioning the back Wiglet in case they have like Sabrina or Cyrus. But I kind of don't care if that's the case. And we knock out Shaman and we get 50 on the Pikachu. So this is really good for us. because they're still setting up their Pikachu. This turn they're going to hit my Wugtrio for 30, and I think I'll just go ahead and potion it. Oh, they're retreating into Pikachu now. Interesting. I don't think there's any way they can attack. Oh. Okay, they're playing Dawn. Alright, that's crazy. But they do lose all of the energy from their Pikachu. Okay. And then next turn they can actually... We really need to find Wugtrio again here. So we had a pretty funny, like good start out of nowhere, and then they just kind of completely stole that from us. Yikes. I mean, I guess if we hit the Wugtrio, we can have a really strong turn next turn, potentially win the game. Because of that, I think I'm going to spring out. The funny thing is, if we hit Pachirisu, we might be in trouble. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So I don't think there's any way they kill me here. Yeah. Like, if they put an energy on Pikachu and retreat into Pachirisu, they cannot attack unless they have X speed, which, with my luck, they do. Oh, duh, because of Shaman, they can freely retreat. Never mind. So we need Wugtrio here, otherwise we are in a lot of trouble. AKA, we lose the game. And if they have another Dawn, we're also kind of in trouble. Okay, I think we're dead. Let's see. I don't think I can afford to attack, because if I accidentally hit the Pachirisu, then I die. No, actually, well, I would die to the Pachirisu next turn, so we have to pass here and hope that they don't have Dawn. If they have Dawn, then we lose. Or even like Giovanni, I guess. Yeah, I think they have it. Well, we almost stole that game against our weakness. They just had the double Dawn. And see, I mean, again, let me know if you play this deck and it has a different experience for you, but in my personal experience, I have never won with this deck. I don't know if I'm doing something really wrong. I feel like I'm playing to the draws. Sorry if you can hear my Lillipup in the back. But I feel like I'm playing to the draws that I have, and I don't know, I just cannot win with this deck. But let's keep going and see how it does. And we've got another one here. Let's see how this goes. Starting with Wiglet as always. And we do have the Wugtrio here, which is kind of cool. They lead Ralts. So let's think about our turn. The nice thing is we can attack, which is cool. And then, of course, we have the Wugtrio, so... Oh, we do draw the Misty. Well, we're going to do this. We're going to get 30 on Ralts, which is nice. And... I guess I'll get the second Wiglet out of the deck. And then... I guess I'll Misty. Kind of sets us up for a win next turn if we get some heads. Okay, there's one. And there's two. Okay, we've been lucky with the Misties. So next turn we can just pretty much win the game. I'm going to keep this in my hand just in case they have Sabrina. Although even if they do have Sabrina, that doesn't matter because we can just put an energy on it and then retreat back into the Wugtrio. So my opponent really needs to put like 2 Pokemon into play here, otherwise they're probably going to lose. Even evolving Ralts doesn't really do it, so... Okay, there's one. They need another. I guess unless... If the Wugtrio stacks the damage on Kirlia, like if it goes 100 on Kirlia and then 50 on Marshadow, I guess in that case, then we don't win. But we're so far ahead, we, pretty much win at that point. Because Kirlia is kind of their main Pokemon that they're trying to set up for the Gallade EX. So this is a really critical turn. I guess my opponent's banking on the fact, or on the hope that I don't have Wugtrio. But of course we do. And I guess I'll just yeah, research and then play the Wiglet and put an energy on it just in case we don't end the game here. And then there's the second Wugtrio, so I think that works out really well. So let's go ahead and do it. Pop out throughout. And there it is. Okay, it does. I don't know if it automatically assigns the damage in that way or not, or if there was the chance that it would, again, put 100 damage onto Kirlia and then 50 onto Marshadow. But either way, we got another... Well, we had another quick game. This time it was in our favor, but I guess that one, the deck did feel a lot better that time around. And we'll go ahead and end it there. We did 2 complete battles, even though the second one was kind of quick, and the first one was also somewhat quick. We just kind of didn't draw super nicely. I mean, I guess we did. I can't complain too much, you know. It's unfortunate that we lost that first one, but, you know, I still... I mean, we had 3 Misty Heads, right? What else can you ask for, I guess? But, yeah, I mean, the gameplay of this deck, I like it. I mean, like I said, Wugtrio was one of the Pokemon I was most excited for in the new set. And then just in my personal experience trying it out, it just didn't feel that great for me. I just wasn't doing well with it. But let me know in the comments. I'm really interested in knowing, because like I said, I've heard of a lot of people doing well with this deck or a deck like this. And I just want to see if it's just something that I'm doing wrong or if a lot of other people are trying Wugtrio and not having too much success. But it definitely is a lot of fun. My thing too is like some of the better deck or some of the more common decks in the meta have like really, really tanky EX Pokemon like Giratina, Darkrai, stuff like that. Pokemon that you can't even knock out in 2 hits. So if you land 2 hits on them, you don't even knock them out. I guess there's a chance that you could hit them 3 times, but that's extremely lucky. I guess it also depends on their bench situation, and it feels like a lot of decks in the meta are playing a lot of Pokemon on their bench as well, in which case, you know, you just have a lower chance of hitting what you want. And I guess that's the big thing about Wugtrio is it's random. And you're also playing Misty, which is another element of randomness, but I do think Wiglet's attack curves nicely into Wugtrio, like getting that 30 damage on something, and then going into Wugtrio eventually, and then getting, you know, maybe an extra 50, maybe even 100 on something. That can typically knock stuff out, so it does feel like you're somewhat reliant on Misty, but this deck is typically a little bit faster than stuff like Giratina, so I guess if you're facing up against like or decks that don't have too many giant EX Pokemon, this could be decent. But once again, let me know in the comments what you think about this deck, and if you'd like to see more gameplay. I know these games were kind of short, but if you do want to see more gameplay of a deck like this, I'd be happy to do it, because like I said, I think it's fun at least. But we'll see how it goes. So thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like, please subscribe for more TCG Pocket videos, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And of course, don't forget to comment below and let me know how your Wugtrio games are going for you, or if you hate it, or what else has been working for you. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great one. We'll see you next time.